Let's get busy.
Live from the Shooting from the Lip studio in Louisville, Kentucky, it's time for Shooting Stars with your hosts Kevin Hale and Greg Unthank.
What is up? Kevin Hale up in the Shooting from the Lip studio on this Wednesday night, September 14, 2016, alive and kicking it up with my man Greg Unthank. G-Money, what is up with you, brother?
Looking forward to tonight's show. How you doing tonight?
I'm good. We have a very good show lined up. We've got a KevFest update with Kevin Manning shortly. Just a few minutes, he's going to come on and give us the latest and greatest. The first segment, we've got Alan Needham. He is with the Dark Side of the Wall group. It's kind of like a project, isn't it? It's not per se a band. I mean, this is like it's an event, Greg, right?
Yeah, they got a great show, great production, great musicians. If you're a Pink Floyd fan, you've probably already seen them. If not, then you've been under a rock and you need to crawl out and go see them because it's a spectacular show for sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
And
I think Alan's the one who spearheaded that whole thing. We'll find out when he comes on. Yeah,
I think you're right too. The second segment we'll have Olivia Henken. She is a country music artist. She's been on The Voice, so we'll be talking to her. She's also going to be appearing at KevFest. And then rounding out the show, we have Frank Green and Scott Clark from the band Whatever Will. They also will be playing at KevFest. And speaking of KevFest, Greg, you're playing there too. Are you guys ready to kick it up Sunday?
Yeah, man, we sure are. We actually are getting together tomorrow night to do a little rehearsing. We do that sometimes, and work on our set, and we'll be there first thing Sunday to set it all up and kick it off. Man, I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. I hope that everyone comes out early and stays late. That's what we're all planning on. That's what we're hoping for. So if you come out early, you'll definitely get to see Brian Fox and Good Chickens, and after that, all the other great artists will be coming on in both rooms. So I'm looking forward to it, man. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, actually, Greg, there's three venues, if you will, within Diamonds. With outside of the main stage, there's two other areas that's going to be having musicians. It's going to be that's going to be.
I didn't know that. You learned something.
Yeah,
every day.
It's going to be a long day, but it's going to be a good day for the cause. Obviously, yeah. There's obviously the main stage, which you'll be part of. Then there's the Tequila Room and the Silo Dome deck. So good stuff. Let's get the latest and greatest KevFest info with the guy who spearheaded it, the guy who I am envious of. He's got the greatest hair in town, looks, talent. Kevin Manning, what's up, K-Man?
Dude, you're too kind.
It's the truth.
Too kind. But I think you need some glasses. I do got some good hair, though. I'll give you that.
You do have good hair.
I'm just kidding.
No, whatever. What's up, brother?
Not much. How you guys doing?
Doing great. Doing good.
Good.
What's the
word?
Everybody's
playing KevFest. It seems like everybody on your show was playing KevFest. So.
Well, there was a reason. The last, Greg, three weeks or so. Yeah, we said that it was the guests basically were going to be those who were part of the event. So that was for a reason, to help, another way of helping promote the event, but also giving the bands an opportunity to share some of their stories and stuff. So looking forward to it.
Excellent.
Yeah,
everything's falling into place. We got the T-shirts, you got the wristbands, everything's falling into place. So it's just, you know, you could plan this thing for a year and there's going to be glitches. I mean, that's just the way anything goes. But, you know, it's almost like a wedding. You just, once it's planned, you just go to it and have a good time and let things fall where they may.
Yep. Well, awesome.
Kevin's looking forward to it. So. Yeah,
I bet he is. And, looking forward to getting to play with him. Hopefully he'll be playing with us early Sunday, you know, with Brian Fox.
Yeah, he's going to play. I think he's going to play a song with Good Chickens, and then he's going to play Velvet Saints. We're going to play one song, and then I think he's going to do a few songs with Dark Side of the Wall too. So. Yeah,
good deal. Yeah, I didn't realize there was actually 3 rooms, man. What a huge, you know, I knew that of the 2 rooms, but I didn't know there was actually 3 rooms of music going on.
Yeah, there's 18 bands, well, 18 artists. You know, there's the acoustic that's out on the deck, and then there's the number 1 tequila room, which has another 6 bands, and then there's the concert hall that has the 6 bands. So. Right.
Well, good deal. I guess you've got got lots of help trying to keep all that on time and all the problems that could arise from.
Oh yeah, we got stage hands, and then we've got 3 stage managers, one for each stage. That their job is to keep it on time and kick everybody in the butt and make sure everything's rolling smooth. So
yeah, good deal. I think Kevin's having some issues with his connection, so it's just you and me on here right now, Kevin. So, man, if you could tell me, yeah, it's all good. It's all good, man. I know that you're going to have a sigh of relief, and then a sigh of not a sigh, but you're going to have a full heart, man. When this thing is over with, just you know, knowing you know what a great you know, a big thing you've done for Kevin. When this is all over with, I know it's going to be a relief, but it's also going to be a huge help and a sense of accomplishment, you know. Cause,
yeah, it is. I mean,
it's going to be big, man.
It's definitely going to be big. It's going to be huge. I mean, it's going to be epic, I think. But, you know, that's the thing. You know, I mean, I've had a lot of people, you know, thank me or whatever, which is great or whatever, and I appreciate it. But it wasn't just me. There's a group doing this that we all are involved with this, that without them, this would have never happened. You know, the way I presented this was basically I brought the football to the game, but then I was like, I don't know how to play football. So how do we play? Because I mean, that's pretty much the way it was, because I've never done a benefit or anything like this. So I had no clue what to do. But you know, I guess I was smart enough to gather the people, you know, that were smart enough to do it.
I know. You definitely got to have the right people in place. A good friend of mine and other people as well. A friend of ours passed away a few years ago. His name was Bob Keister. He was also a musician, and my friend Tony McElwain. You probably know Tony, and myself. We decided to put together a benefit, and you know, like you said, if you've never done anything like this before, you really don't know what to do, and you don't know what's involved. And we had some offers from people. Shannon Mort helped us out tremendously, and you know, it went off, and it was a big success. But you really don't know what you're getting into until you dive head first into it. So it's
right. Well, I mean, without Shirley's Way. I mean, Shirley's Way has been very unbelievably helpful. You know, Wyman Marshall, he does the Unbridled Eve thing. Ryan Murphy pulled more than his weight. Maxwell got the backline stuff for us. Judy from Bistro, she's handling all the food stuff and the door stuff. I mean, it's just the list goes. Dave Moody, he's kind of in charge of all the stage managers, and you know, it's the list goes on and on, just how many people have just pulled the weight. So it, you know, I guess I started it, but I definitely didn't do it all.
Right. Well, that's cool, man. So, can you tell me maybe a little bit about what's going on with the Velvet Saints right now? I know we talked about it last week, but for anybody who didn't tune in last week, or some new people, what's going on with you guys? I know that you're holding low. You're laying low right now. Getting ready.
Yeah, we're kind of holding off. we're kind of holding off. We're doing an acoustic show October 21st at Baxter's, and then we're actually doing the real electric show right afterward. We're actually doing 2 shows. We're doing kind of a fun cover thing that we're going to do. So we're going to play a set of acoustic covers, and then we're going to come back out and do our whole real show. So that'll be fun. And that should be hopefully Kevin's first complete show. So out of the box once he's done with these treatments. So that's the plan. And then we're playing one song. We're just playing one song right before Radiotronic because half of Radiotronic is Velvet Saints. So,
right.
Yeah. So we're playing one song prior to Radiotronic, and then that's it. That's about it right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my focus so far, I mean, KevFest is eating up a ton of time.
Yeah. Again, Kevin Hale, he's having some issues right now, some technical difficulties. So we've got some guests lined up, and we're kind of buying some time right now until he gets his issues fixed.
Did he drop his phone in the toilet?
I don't know what he done, man. He's got me hanging on a rope right now.
He kind of left you out in the woods.
Yeah, man, this is not my gig, man. I'm the color commentator of this gig, you know.
Right.
I'm not the play-by-play guy. Man, I guess one thing you could do is maybe give us the schedule of the bands that's playing, you know, so in case there's some people out there who's, you know, want to try to make a certain band, or, you know, we hope they want to come out and stay all day and catch everyone. But if there's any particular bands, you know, maybe give the times that the bands are coming on.
All right, let me do this first. First, it's $20 to get in the door. That also gets you into the after-hours party at Baxter's with Nick taking care of all of Baxter's. He's kicking ass. A big shout out to Jared too from Diamonds because he gave us the whole place. But anyway, it's $20 to get in. You get a wristband. You'll be able to go to the after hours party also. The $100 VIP, there's still a few of those left. Those get you food, special seating sections, private server, lanyard, t-shirt, it's an orange Team McCreary Cancer Sucks bracelet. So you get that. We are having t-shirts, $12 for a t-shirt, 2 for $20. Now, as far as the band lineups, on the main stage, let me start here. The acoustic stage starts at 1, and that's Spencer Gardner. Then at 2 is Jack Brizardine. 3 is Andy Ramser. 4 is You and Me, not as in you and me, as in you and I, Greg, but no,
right,
You and Me.
Right. Well,
and then
that would be a good thing for you.
Actually, it's me and you. Actually.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
And then
is it me and you?
5 o'clock.
Yeah.
No, it's You and Me. And then at 5 it's Holly and Josh, and then 6 is Christine Devereaux, and then on the number 1 tequila stage, Doppelganger plays at 1:30, Soul Circus at 2:30, Big Rock Show at 3:30, Full Contact Karaoke at 5, Kimmett and Doug at 6, and Olivia Henken at 7. And then on the main stage at 2 o'clock, Good Chickens, 3 o'clock Whatever Will, 4 o'clock Peter Searcy, 5:15 Wildwood, 6:30 Louisville Crashers, 7:30 Velvet Saints, then followed by Radiotronic immediately after. And then at 8:30 is Dark Side of the Wall. So that's the whole rundown.
Nice.
There you go. Here's the lineup. You back with us, Kevin?
I am for the moment.
We thought you dropped your phone in the toilet or something.
That was the next place it was going to go, but it's my internet per se, not my phone.
Oh, okay.
So. All right. Sounds like we're ready to just from at this point. Basically, we're just ready to hit the go button for Sunday and make it happen. Sounds like
yes, it's ready. Everything's in place, and we got a lot of nice silent auction items. So signed footballs, Troy Polamalu signed jersey, a NASCAR signed helmet by every single driver. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff being auctioned off. Artwork, guitars signed by people. It's just a whole bunch of good stuff. So there'll be a lot of things to auction off.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yes.
Me too.
I will be there at 12 o'clock to do load in right after I get out of church, I'll be zooming over to do the load in and get ready for sound check and do our set. So I will be seeing you then.
Excellent. I will see you guys then. So,
brother Kevin, thanks so much. Good luck.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
And we'll see you Sunday.
See you Sunday, bro. Y'all have a good night.
Yes.
See you, buddy.
All right. Take care.
Peace. All right. Bye.
Good stuff. This KevFest stuff is pepping my spirits. Other than that, my night is just sucking with this internet stuff. But that's what you get when you're dealing with technology and relying on. Fight through it. Fight through it.
Bad time for it to happen, right?
That's all right. That's why we got you, and you're keeping the show going on. And speaking of going on, let's bring on the first guest of the night. First segment is Alan Needham, The Dark Side of the Wall. He is a major player with this project. It's an event. Everything I see about this, about Dark Side of the Wall, it's a major show. It's not a gig. It's it's an event. So, Alan, welcome to the show, man.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Talk to us. Tell us. Give us a little bit of the Alan bio.
Hey, buddy, can you hear us pretty good, Alan? I know that Kevin's cutting out right now. Can you understand what he's saying?
Yeah. Hear you fine.
All right,
okay,
Alan, give us the Alan bio real quick.
What's that now?
Go ahead, Greg.
Go ahead. I was going to say, what Kevin's trying to say is, go ahead and give us a quick bio on your huge music career here in Louisville. But I myself, I can tell you, Kevin, that when I was growing up and sneaking in the Tiger every time I could, I was going seeing Fire Department, and Alan was the guitar player for Fire Department. And if you remember that band, you remember Alan up there running around and always smiling and having a good time, and that was he made the band, and they were a huge attraction at the Tiger, and that's the first thing I remember about Alan. So, Alan, if you want to talk about your days, starting out with Fire Department and then move on, give us a quick bio, that would be great, man. Tell us about the the Dark Side of the Wall and how all that got started as well.
Okay, well, not a whole lot, because I spent most of my younger life with Fire Department, and once we got going, we pretty much went on the road 50 weeks a year for 10 or 11 years, and 5-6 nights a week, sometimes.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
30, 40 days straight,
like that.
Oh man, yeah, we traveled about half the United States, and really enjoyed a lot of a lot of great experiences, doing all that. I wouldn't want to replace that with anything. Really opened up the your bubble, inside your own town, and to try to, duplicate that kind of success in different cities and stuff like that where you're not from is certainly a challenge, But
right.
Pretty much did that until we thought, well, as that era of bands, like the 80s bands that were out there, once everything changed over to more of a grunge format in this part of the country, that it changed just the whole landscape of what was going on at the time, which was needed, and something different, and but it was kind of cool though in some ways. In some ways, it was like, well, all right, time to move on to whatever part of life that you wanted to get involved in,
Mm-hmm.
But that was about it. And I lived up in Michigan for about 15 years, and it's kind of funny because not too far from Kevin McCreary, and we never actually ran into each other up there in Michigan. But it was kind of strange that we were just a few miles apart.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Small world, right?
Yeah, like 6 degrees of separation or whatever.
That's it.
But
that's it.
Yeah, man, I had when I was in Michigan, I formed a band up there and called Adventine, and we were Christian rock, and a bunch of fellas I went to church with up there. We got together and made what I liked about it was, Fire Department made a couple of CDs and stuff, but when you go back and listen to it, it certainly screams 80s, but the music I made up there with those fellas, it was more experimental, and it didn't really fit a format for, say, like verse chorus, bridge or anything like that. It was a little different, and some of the best musical time of my life was spent doing that. We made absolutely $0 doing it, but we had a great time and ended up doing some dates with Three Doors Down, which got to play the Breslin Center there in East Lansing the week after 9/11 happened, and that was one of the most amazing evenings of musical life, that's for sure.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I don't know what else
Well, I know if you could talk about the Dark Side of the Wall, man, that's a huge thing going for you right now, and I know that you've been doing it for a few years now. Who put that all together? Was that you? And man, I know
was.
It's a big undertaking. I mean, you guys have a huge production, and I could just imagine what's all involved in syncing up all the film and all that stuff. So if you could maybe talk about that a little bit, that would be that'd be cool.
Well, I'll tell you, man, it's the inception of the idea. You're going to laugh at this. It's goofy, but it's one of those duh moments that you have on a particular evening. That you were not even counting on trying to create something. It just kind of dawned on you that it was possible. But remember Coyotes downtown, the manager down there called. I used to work over for the Maxwells over there at Mom's Music, and they needed a warm-up band to play in front of this Kiss. It was mini Kiss. I don't even remember that when they came through town about 10 years ago. And it was these little big guys, and I mean, they had the big, this whole promo was huge. Oh, it was crazy. It had all this stuff on TV, and they were out the mall signing autographs. I mean, they had this big promo going, and we don't know anything about it except they called and said, hey, could you guys, because some of the fellas over there, come over and play about 40 minutes in front of these guys. We said, okay. So me and some of my buddies went over there, and we played, and we got done. We were ready to tear down. They were like, oh, no, you need to leave your stuff up there. For these guys, they're going to act like they're playing your instruments. And we said, what? So, yeah, it was no kidding. And so, it was like a glorified karaoke for such. And
Milli Vanilli. Milli Vanilli.
Yeah, but it's Kiss, right? So, you're like, but there are these little guys, and the drummer, his foot wasn't even on the kick drum pedal.
You've done that before, man.
It was so awesome. And so we were, they had this big intro, and everybody was all hyped up. The place was packed end to end. It was crazy. And they came on, and it was so horrible. Oh, my God. And everybody was just horrified. And in fact, during sound check, I learned this later, that during sound check, the management left the building because they realized it was going to be a really bad evening in there.
Wow.
Oh yeah, they played third song in. They were losing the crowd so bad that they went over and did a Motley Crue song. So it's Kiss in makeup doing Motley Crue. So the whole facade was blown. But aside from the horror of that, the idea was like, you know what? If you really try to do something over the top and you really spend the dollars to do it and the time, folks are willing to pay to see an event in the city because everybody really does support music here in this city. And so I started thinking about it then. And so for about the next 6 months, I started getting all my ducks in a row and taking drawings and things and ideas I had to different production companies and just seeing what was possible, particularly like what cost what. And just started doing my homework. And then I started hiring guys and went through, there was probably a half a dozen or 9 different musicians there till got the right combination of folks that really, first of all, loved, playing, Pink Floyd music, but also wanted to perform, at a high level and really do it justice and not just, halfway do it, really go over the top with it. And I ran into our keyboard player, Steve Katsikas, and once we got the main positions filled, I mean, we were off and running after that.
Yeah. Well, you got my buddy playing bass, Mr. Tony Z.
That's right.
Yeah, Tony's a great guy, man. He's a fun guy to be around, and he's a super player and a great singer. Can't say too much good about him. That's for sure.
He's a musical encyclopedia.
Yeah, he sure is. Yeah, I can. Kevin, are you with me now, Kevin?
I'm more or less. I'll.
Yeah.
So, Alan, what I do want to know, when you do go, not excluding this Sunday's event, but when you guys do put on a show, how much preparation, pre and post? I mean, how much effort before and after is really involved in this?
It takes months, and of course we've been doing it quite a bit now. We I guess we're probably up into maybe 65 or 68, somewhere around in that area of their songs. And we've been kind of going, backwards in time and trying to get into some of the older stuff with particularly with Sid, but aside from the musical side of it, which does require, it's not just, getting together and jamming the songs, because we record every rehearsal and go back and listen to it. And you know how it is sometimes in rehearsal, you think, oh man, I'm really, really hitting it good. And you go back and listen to it and you realize how bad you suck that night. But it's unforgiving, you know what I mean? So it really, you take your ego at the door and you just accept that, it's just going to require a lot of work to play together as a unit, because you want to get in that position to where you're listening to everyone else play, not just listening to yourself play. And that does require time with each other, because everybody's got their own bands, for the most part, within our outfit, but we don't play a whole lot together till about 3 months prior to the show. And I put together the production end of it and like what we're going to, use and budgets and, meet with the union and all that kind of stuff to get the labor and do the marketing and stuff with the Kentucky Center. Those guys are great to work with, but it requires a large commitment of time. That's for sure.
How much do you would you like to take it out on the road some? Have you considered doing that? Is that in the plans, or have you just wanted to keep it kind of regionally? What's your thoughts on doing something like that? Because man, you guys really put on a great show.
I appreciate that, and you know what, man, we and particularly myself, we do our homework, and there's not a single tribute band I have not watched on YouTube and looked at. I mean, in other countries, in other parts of our country, I mean, everywhere, because a lot of folks really do like, Pink Floyd's music, and so you want to know what everybody else is doing, how they're approaching it, and how they sound, of course. It's a difficult thing, because everybody has jobs and families, so you couldn't really go out extended time. But the thing is it's worth doing that. The show is worth $1. Yeah, it is, and it could compete very well in a lot of markets, but it's just hard to schedule all that. Well, we do 3 or 4 dates a year around the area, but that's about it, really. It'd be nice to do a few more, but it's a very hard thing just to be able to leave for an extended period of time.
Yeah, I understand. It just kind of crossed my mind, because I know that you could do that. If everybody on board, was on board to do that, you could. I'm sure you could be real successful or real busy traveling like that if that's something you aspire to do. But if you're like me,
sure.
I'm an old guy. I don't want to.
I am too.
Doing that stuff anymore, man.
I am too. I don't mind going and driving back, but I don't know about being gone anymore.
Yeah, I like my own bed, my own bathtub.
I guarantee it. Oh yeah.
Now, obviously, with you guys playing at KevFest, it's more or less tied to the fact that Kevin McCreary is a part of Dark Side of the Wall. How long have you known Kevin?
I've known of him for quite a while, and I always admired his work and everything. In fact, several years ago, gosh, I might want to go back 3 or 4. Him and I talked about doing the gig. It's right before he got the gig with Uncle Cracker. I'm not sure exactly how long that was, but our singer was just involved in school and work, and he just had, Brian Knopf, he just had so much other things in life to take care of, and he was wanting to step down, and Kevin and I did speak about it then, but it didn't quite, work out schedule-wise for us at the time, and then this past spring we talked to him, and he knew he was going to be around Louisville a little more this year, and so because on the front end of that position, if you jumped in there, the learning curve is quite substantial with all the, particularly singing everything, with all the songs that we do. So, but he had the time, and it worked out real well, and we've done a couple gigs with him so far.
Hello,
very cool,
Mr.
Very
Kevin.
cool.
There you go. You got me gunshot,
Yeah.
Kevin. I don't know if you're there or not anymore, man. Things seem to be working better.
No,
though,
Greg.
right? Usually things go a little bit smoother, Alan. The internet issues are getting us tonight.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, you were talking about and Kevin likes to bring this up. I was a guest on the show a few months back, and then after I was a guest, he decided to bring me on as a co-host. But Kevin and I went to elementary school together over at Hazelwood Elementary School. And
is that right?
Yeah. And the story he likes to tell is I was a singer in a band that they actually let the fifth grade come to the auditorium to watch us do 3 songs, and we actually painted our face up like Kiss. And I played I played a fake guitar. I played a fake guitar and I sang. And Kevin, he's never gonna let me. He's never gonna let me live that down. And it's just when you were telling the stories of the Kiss band and them playing like karaoke. We did like Taking Care of Business, and we did something else too. So it wasn't Kiss songs. We did one Kiss song. So yeah, man, that brought back some really scary memories. I'm sure Kevin likes to latch on.
Greg.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. There's nothing like Greg left a very huge impression on me as a 5th grader in elementary school, watching a guy, I guess at the time was in the 6th grade, singing "They Call Me Dr. Love."
That's right. Yeah, and actually at that time I didn't realize I was the Doctor of Love.
You did. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Touche, Greg. Touche.
Right.
Now, Alan, obviously, we're not gonna get the huge production Sunday, but what can you tell us? How are you all gonna how are you all gonna incorporate any of your excess stuff, into Sunday's gig?
Well, we're still working out some details of I think we got the song list set and everything like that for the time allotted. And I mean, if you're going to do 45 minutes, I mean, basically it's 4 Pink Floyd songs. So, but we kind of went what was, going to be like our strong points, just things that are easy, as far as production wise to attack, but things like where the ladies sing with us, because we've got a group of ladies. It's Jennifer Lauletta, Sarah Smith, and Holly Jackson, and my goodness gracious, they make us sound so much better than we are, and they're just they walk in and kill it. It's really impressive. I know when we get down to production the last few weeks and the girls come in, we always want to be on our toes because they bring it. So it's a good thing, But we're gonna do a lot of the songs where it shows them off, and then and just different parts of our show that I think that folks will enjoy, and it's kind of fitting for the evening,
Well, my favorite lead in the world is Comfortably Numb. So I don't know if y'all be doing that or not, but that's probably my favorite rock and roll lead ever.
Have you heard the Pulse version, the Pulse DVD?
Yes, I have.
Isn't it? It's an amazing piece of work, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not the original version for sure. Yeah, it's really cool, man. It really is. It's,
Yeah.
you know, that lead there. I don't know if you could put any more feeling into a lead. You know.
It's
What do
definitely
you
one of
think
my
about it,
favorites.
Kevin?
For sure.
Yeah. You still struggling, Kevin?
I'm trying not to, but as a Pink Floyd guy, "Wish You Were Here" is still probably at the top of my list of favorites from them. So
We have a really great video we play with behind us with that song, and it's a ever evolving video because each year, basically, it's like the premise of the song is obviously they're singing about Syd Barrett, but we kind of morphed it into like musicians and things and people who have been very important to the world that have passed. And we'll have their pictures up, and during that, it's amazing because while we're playing, and the pictures roll around through there, and you can just hear the crowd just really roar for the folks that they really really touched them somehow. This past spring, we added Muhammad Ali to that, and man, that was a impressive moment there because everybody had so much love and respect for him.
Yeah, that's a cool idea, man. I bet that is a rush when the people are getting off on that. That's a cool idea.
Yeah, it is. It is. That's a great one.
So tell us.
Yeah, we're looking forward to. We're looking forward to Sunday. Can't wait to get out there and participate and be a part of the event and help do some good.
Yeah. What time you guys go on?
Somewhere about 8:30, somewhere around in there, I believe.
Okay.
Ryan Murphy just texted me while we're you guys are going to laugh at this. Ryan Murphy just texted me, and he must be listening. So what's up, Murph? But he said something about asking somebody about if one of you guys was wearing a thong.
Which wearing a thong?
Yeah.
It's not me. It's Kevin. I'm actually. I've got my jockey thong.
Well,
that's no shit.
Oh, nice.
I was in the breezeway, dude, in my jockey underwear. I have no problem with that.
I just looked down. I realized I am wearing a thong, but I just realized I've got it on backwards. So let me fix that real quick.
Get a visual on that one.
Ryan's a pervert, even when
there you go.
Bless his heart.
Yeah, the twins are officially separated tonight. So there you go. Take that for your visit.
Oh man,
show's made an ugly turn because of Ryan.
Yeah. See, that's thanks to Ryan right there. I just happened to look down and read a text from him.
That Murphy guy.
Yeah. Hey, Alan. Before we let you go, share with us all of your social media ways people can connect with you guys.
It's just on Facebook, The Dark Side of the Wall, and as far as our show updates and things like that, we have a show February 18th at the Brown Theater downtown, and so that's the next one coming up. And we did a pre-show of that last month, and we're very, very blessed to have a strong pre-sale on that. So that's good. We kind of got it in there between other show messages going on throughout the town. So that started off very strong. So that's a good indication of good things there.
So would Iroquois Amphitheater be probably your favorite venue? I would say.
Well, we here's the thing. Loved it because we started at the Brown Theater, actually Coyotes a few times, then went over to the Brown, but went over to Iroquois in 2012 and did real well out there. It's fantastic. Love it. It's really, the guys out there are great. It's a relaxed atmosphere. It's really, really cool. The unfortunate thing for our show is, you're kind of, you get to a point to where we try to do different songs and different things and different ideas, but after 8 or 10 years of doing that, you do repeat yourself to some degree. So the only real way to change the experience is to change the venue. So we took it back over to the Brown. Plus, You know how it is with, summer outdoor events in Louisville. There's just every weekend there's something going on. So you're really competing for the public's dollars that really want to, come and participate. It's a really hard thing to hit certain numbers. But in February, there's not a whole heck of a lot going on, particularly, outdoors, nothing. But it does help out. Because the last 3 times we played there, I think 2010, 11, and 12, we did sell it out over there, so that was good. We're excited about going back, but we certainly did enjoy, Iroquois out there. That's a great place.
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Kevin. He done dropped out again, I guess.
Yeah, having a little trouble.
Yeah, I was. I asked about the Iroquois thing because I live right down the street from there, and sometimes I can actually sit on my front porch and listen to the bands playing. I know.
Oh, no kidding, really?
Yeah, and I live I live closer to the expressway on-ramp there on Taylor Boulevard. I live in a neighborhood back there, but Billy Idol was so loud. I actually sat on the porch and listened to White Wedding and the whole deal, It was.
Oh, man.
Like, wow.
Did you grow up in the South End?
Yeah, I sure did. I grew up in the Beachmont area.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I grew up in PRP. And
I know exactly where you grew up. We've got some mutual friends. I know your neighbors, the Gilberts.
Get out.
Yeah.
Well, we spent, I can't tell you how many summers camping together when we were little and growing up, and man, good people.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Virgil is a heck of a guy. He could tell you story after story. I know, Peggy and Penny and the whole bunch. Yep. I know them through mutual friends. Yeah.
The first guitar amp I ever played on was Virgil Gilbert's.
Is that right?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, he likes the good old country music. He'd go out and play
at the
VFW Hall every Friday night, man. He'd put on his VFW, his cowboy outfit and do it every, I guess it was every Friday night, every Friday or Saturday night. I can't remember which it was. He's probably not doing it anymore, but I know, probably a good 10, 15 years ago, he was doing it every night. He's a good man.
Oh, man. Growing up, I mean, my dad and him and a fellow across the street used to sit out there and play, and we'd all, cook out and make homemade ice cream and all that stuff. And it was always a big time. Everything was a little more communal back then, with your communities where you grew up,
Yeah, absolutely.
It was, I love Miss Lano and Virgil and Cindy and Peggy and Penny. I love them dearly. They're all wonderful people.
Yeah, they sure are.
Yeah.
Yeah, this show has always turned into the Greg Unthank down memory lane, episode.
Well, Greg knows everybody in the city. He's,
I know. If he was a chick, there's a name for that, but that's I digress. But Alan, Alan, you're the drumming whore of the town. Alan, we look forward to I look forward to meeting you Sunday. I look forward to listening to you guys. It's going to be a long day, but it's going to be a very fun day. So
it is. Two, I wanted to tell you guys, I appreciate you having me on and everything, and I wanted to let you guys or anybody that might be listening this that we just like you all and so many people that know Kevin and love him and it's such a wonderful city that where folks will not just talk about ideas, but they'll create ideas and follow up on them, and everybody will give of their time. And there's nothing more valuable than time, and everybody gives freely of that, and everybody wants to help. And man, it's just such an honor to like you guys. I'm sure you've been a lot of places in this world, but Louisville is such a special community.
Yep, you're absolutely right.
Right. Yeah. That's a good point. And that's something that that I have through the shows have found out about the music, the people who do music here in town, is that not only do they say it, do they talk it, they walk it. And there's a lot of people that give freely of themselves to the cause, to a lot of causes. And props to you, Alan, your group for coming in this weekend. We look forward to meeting you. I look forward to meeting you, and and continued success with the Dark Side of the Wall.
Well, I certainly do appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you guys then too.
All right, buddy. Thanks for
Thanks
for coming on, Alan. I'll talk to you later, buddy.
All right, guys. You guys have a nice evening.
Take care, man.
Bye-bye.
Okay, this has been one of the more painful shows for me. Can you hear me all? I mean, can you hear me all right? Or
yeah, I hear you okay. You do you kind of cut in and out, but it's a lot better than it was. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, moving on. Let's move on to our next guest. As I was screening her a moment ago, Greg, and she happened to dial in just in time for me to paint that visual of the backwards thong and where the twins were at that particular moment.
Well, we have to apologize for that. Yeah.
Why?
I know. I was like, well, am I going to be asked what I'm wearing right now?
No. That's Ryan Murphy.
Well, that's all because of Ryan. That's not going to be the first question. That might be the next question. Olivia Henken.
Phone number on air here in a minute. So anybody wants to complain, I'm going to give Ryan's phone number out.
What is up, lady?
Did you say what's up? You cut out a little bit.
I'm having internet issues tonight, but yeah, what's up with you?
Gosh, we're all over. Been traveling around the Boston area as well as LA and Nashville. The NAMM show. We just recently did the Riders for Heroes this past Sunday, and that was an incredible thing. So now this Sunday we're doing another incredible event. So we're staying busy, and that's all you can really ask for in this business. So things are going great.
This business you're 100% into it, correct?
Oh, absolutely. I've been singing since I was 4, so I don't really plan on going anywhere for a while.
You're not going to be a housewife anytime soon?
No, I don't plan on it anyways. I can't say that I won't ever be, but not here anytime soon.
Obviously, people know the name, not just locally, but nationally from your time on The Voice. That's probably a question you get hit with all the time, but in an abbreviated way, tell us about that experience. What did that really do for you from that time on till now?
Well, you just said that I probably get it all the time, and while it's a story I do tell quite frequently, I'm still glad after 3 years off the show that people still really give a crap about it. But it was an incredible journey through that whole entire experience. It took a year between auditioning in Atlanta in January till the finale aired in December of that year of 2013. So it was a very long process and a lot of hurrying up and waiting. But, I got to end up working with Christina Aguilera, who I've been, listening to her music and looking up to her as an artist since I was in probably elementary school or middle school. Maybe not elementary school. I won't make myself feel that old, but she's just a powerhouse vocalist. And as a country artist, obviously going on there, I wanted to work with Blake, but he didn't turn around, so I didn't get that opportunity. But as a vocalist, I can't ask for a better person to get advice from and to learn from, because she started when she was a young girl too. So we related on a lot of levels, and it was nice to have somebody that understood where I was coming from being on the show.
Can you give us a quick sample of Genie in the Bottle?
Oh gosh, I probably can bring along a few videotapes of my friends and I making our own music videos to that when we were in middle school dancing around at my parents' house.
Now, you touched on events or benefits and stuff, and I know you were part of the Riders for Heroes this past weekend. I think the first time I got to see you was at Headliners. It's the event. I can't remember per se the event. It was Nappy Roots was part of it. When I got to see you, and that was a great night. Josh was there. I mean, it was and you killed it. Your sound, your stage presence, your sound is over the top, and you are resonating with your audience. Obviously, that is part of the gig, is to connect with your audience. But you've been doing this for a while, and it's not getting old for you, is it?
Oh, no, absolutely not. And the more fun you have on stage, and the more camaraderie you have with the guys playing behind you, the more fun you're going to have doing it. So I think that the group of people that I have with me now are more like friends than a band. So we hang out on the weekends that we're not playing, and we see each other all the time. So it's been a much more fun journey here in the last few years than it has been. I'm not saying that I haven't enjoyed it every single time, but I mean, it's been great here in the last few years, and I've got a great group of people behind me, and I think that we've got a good solid foundation, and we've been picking, good songs, whether they be originals or they be covers, and just the kind of mesh we have of all that stuff. And then Josh coming on board and him being a big part of my life and moving here to Louisville, he actually taught me how to play the guitar in the last 3 years. So that's been, you feel like a musician when you're up there with a bunch of guys that have been playing forever. And when they congratulate you and tell you that you sound great with, you only been playing for a year or so, it's feel more a part of the band and of the group, and gives you something else to do on stage other than just run around the whole time, even though that's fun too.
Well, since you brought up Josh, he was on The Voice as well, correct?
Yes, that's where we met. Mm-hmm.
Was it? And this is probably going to gag me, say after with your answer. Was it love at first sight?
Well, it was just kind of a weird experience, actually. I mean, you're sequestered in a hotel, and, you get to know these 48 people like they're your family members. And then the next thing you know, just one thing leads to another. And it wasn't until after the show was over that we really connected and really started dating or anything. But, I mean, you just get to know each other and hang out every single day, and it's just one thing led to the other. And I can't say love at first sight, because there was just so much other stuff going on. We're happy now. He's moved to Kentucky, and I can't take the southern girl to Boston quite yet. So we've rooted him.
Yeah, you probably got a ways to go with getting him start talking with the twang, I'm sure, but
he does pretty good. He hides his Boston accent when he can, but it comes out occasionally. But we've got him singing, some Chris Stapleton and Kenny Chesney stuff now, and that was on his own terms. So I guess being down here has kind of rubbed off on him a little bit.
Well, I did get to meet him at that benefit. He seems like a great guy, but I'm going to have you call him out right now. You tell us with Josh. Did he fall for Olivia based on your voice or your looks? Be honest.
Oh my gosh.
Come on.
He's in the other room. I should go ask him and put him on the spot.
There you go. Ask him. Why not? TMZ.
All right. Hang on. Look, I'll let y'all ask him, and you can see exactly what he says. Here you go.
This is good radio, Greg.
All right. Go ahead. Josh.
Yo. I was putting Olivia on the spot. I did ask her when it came to Josh, I asked her, was it love at first sight? She kind of gave this roundabout answer. So I thought, well, let's see what Josh has to say. Josh, be honest. When it came to Olivia, was it her voice or was it her looks that got the ball rolling for you?
Did she say it was my looks?
Well, we'll let you.
This is kind of a loaded question, isn't it? I'm trying to start a fight in our household this evening.
We're all about a soundbite.
It was all about the girl, the whole package.
Good answer.
The whole thing.
There you go.
The package. And Christina turned me down, so I was like, well, I guess I'll go with Liv.
Oh.
Now, Olivia, wait a minute. Be honest, Olivia. I mean, with Christina, that's not necessarily being second to Christina is not a bad thing, is it?
Yes.
Hey, it's okay. Adam Levine turned me down, so I went with Josh. It's okay.
Oh, there you go.
Getting dark, isn't it?
Josh,
you guys did this. You created this.
Yeah, we did, and that's just how we roll. At the same time, too, with all the, we're all friends on Facebook, and I do see the feeds pop up pictures and stuff. You guys together give me a cavity every now and then. The sweetness is clearly there. So evidently you both are doing something right for each other. So whatever you're doing, continue to do that. So Josh,
thank you.
You're doing good, Josh.
Thanks, man. I'm trying.
Now, Olivia, going back to you playing this past weekend at the Riders for Heroes. When you get the opportunity to play with your sister, how's that?
Oh, it's great. She's always been a singer. It's just always what we've been, karaoke and different contests here and there as we were growing up. And then she never really had an inkling to do the band thing. And then I moved to Nashville and she got her own band together and she's been doing great ever since. So it's always good to, we share a couple of the same band members. So it's always good to do shows together because it's a lot less, changeover and I have somebody else to get up there and sing with whenever she's playing or if I'm playing. And, as a big sister, it's always really cool to see her up there doing her own thing and succeeding so well in this market. And she's got what it takes. So I'm hoping that she'll stick with it.
Well, you bring up the market, the Louisville market when it comes to the Louisville area, when it comes to music, the talent, it's legit. It's I don't know how. Yeah, it may not be per se at the talent of or level of Nashville, LA, or whatever, but and that's by numbers. But per capita, if you will, there is a lot of talented people in the local area. So from me to you, or from your perspective, what is your take with the local music scene?
You said that it's comparable to Nashville, but I've been to Nashville a lot of times and, I think there's some bands, there's a majority of bands here that are a lot better talent, better talent and vocally and, instrumentally than a lot of the bands that we've seen in Nashville. So I think that a lot of people underestimate this city and underestimate that, we have a lot of the best talent in this area by far. And, I moved to Nashville for a few months and I felt like a minnow in an ocean compared to here. But, obviously I want to be where it benefits me to be the most and where I feel more, comfortable and around the people who support everyone. Here lately, there's just been so much tragedy going on and it's amazing to see all these musicians coming together and.
Yeah, this is Greg. I think we lost Kevin again.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, you were talking about the talent in Nashville, and I've often heard that when you go there, there's so many people there, it is kind of overwhelming. But Louisville's talent is equal to us. There's just so much more out there. And you also mentioned about some band members that you have that you share with your sister. Who are those guys that you share band members with?
Joe Lambert. I'm sure you all know Joe. He's our drummer, and Casey Richardson's our guitar player. Those are the only two that we actually share. She actually was using the whole band there for a little while, and then she's got herself a couple of different people now, so we don't have to always find filling musicians when we both have gigs because she's gotten so much stuff that has come up on her schedule. So she's kind of got her own thing going on and I've got mine going on, but we still do a lot of shows together, which is always nice because we pretty much share the same fan base. So if one of us is going to be there, the other one's probably going to be there too. So it's always nice when you can play together.
Yeah, and that means that your grandfather don't have to bounce back and forth too far to see you guys either, right?
Hey, everyone knows Mr. Kenny Oliva. He only has to do so much dancing in one night. So
exactly, because I met him one time, and I even brought this up to your sister when she was on the show a while back. But I'm good friends with Tony Frank. I play in a band with Tony Frank.
Oh,
and,
cool.
We were out watching you one night, and this man starts telling us jokes. Actually, telling our wives, telling Tony's wife and my wife jokes. Yeah, and he had us in stitches, and it ended up being your grandfather. And man, that guy is a hoot. That's one to party with.
Careful, he might walk him to the back seat of the car.
I know it. I was watching him. But yeah, he was a good time.
And Olivia too. Correct me if I'm wrong. Your uncle that we all call Uncle Bob Cottle. That's your uncle.
Yep.
That is your true uncle. Yeah. Did you know that, Greg?
Randall?
That was their uncle? Randall. I said, yeah, Randall.
Oh, Bob
He's not
Randall?
my actual uncle, but we adopted him into our family.
Oh, okay. All right. So he's still okay. He's still everybody's uncle, not just your
Yeah.
true
Bob's
uncle.
everybody's uncle. Yeah, he's
It's
everyone's
funny.
uncle.
Yeah.
I sang my Kentucky
Yeah,
home the other day at a.
What was that, Olivia? Say it again.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know if you all could hear me or not. I sang my Kentucky home the other day at the Galt House for an event, and my mom and I were walking through there, and somebody came up from behind us and said, "What are you all doing here?" And what do you know? It's Bob. So he ended up mixing me for this it was a big event, but it was a 40-second version of my old Kentucky home. And I was like, I brought my own sound man. I hope that's okay. But he was there anyways doing something else, but gotta love him. He's always around and he's always with us. So we've adopted him into our family.
Before we let you go, Olivia, share with us real quick, how did you come about connecting with KevFest?
Actually, Joe, my drummer, is good friends with Ryan, and he contacted us and asked if we would help out and perform, and it wasn't so much as asking as it was an honor to be asked. So I'm glad to be amongst these great artists that are performing on Sunday, and wouldn't have missed this for the world, that's for sure.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, Olivia, share with us all of your social media contacts.
It's all pretty easy. My Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook are all Olivia Henken, and my website is oliviacountry.com.
Nice. All right, Olivia, thanks for hanging out with us tonight, and we'll connect Sunday. Good luck with everything, and now we know that it was that Adam and Christina were Olivia and Joss's first choices. So let the record be known.
Hey, we said it straight on your show. Let it, can always have that.
Thanks, girl. We'll see you Sunday.
All right, see you then, and thanks for having me.
All right, take care, bud.
You too. Bye-bye.
Oh, Greg, this has been a very painful night.
You've been struggling, haven't you, buddy?
Well, here's the thing. Usually, of all times, too, my AT&T internet rebooted. And for some reason, my microphone on the laptop didn't reconnect. So I thought, okay, I'll just reboot my laptop, and the drivers and everything will reset. Well, this happened to be the time when Windows 10, which I'm running, decides to implement an upgrade, which doesn't allow me to turn off my computer. I'm just stuck. It's been the night from hell. But as they say, the show must go on. You're doing your part. I'm trying to do my part. I'm glad you're with me tonight, Greg. And without further ado, let's continue with the party. Once again, Greg, as we go down memory lane, I like to bring on a couple guys that you again happen to know: Frank Green, Scott Clark. Frank, what's up, man?
Hey, how are you?
Frank
Good.
Green.
Greg Unthank.
Frank is a South End boy, just like myself.
Absolutely.
Just like
me. Yeah, we ruled the McDonald's area over on 3rd Street, man.
I've been there plenty of times, so yes.
Is Scott on? Is Scott with you? Is he on?
Hey, now listen, you guys. I am from the Middletown area, so Middletown Little League can take on the Beachmont Little League any day you all want.
You know what? Beachmont Little League has really gone down. It used to be a huge league when I was a kid. And my son, a couple of years ago, played for them, and it got to where they couldn't even get enough guys to come out to sign up. And
I played there one time.
I
played there one time, and some guy stole my wallet.
Yeah, well, you're lucky.
Okay.
You're lucky. That's all they stole.
All right. This is Frank. Let's get something straight. Scott is full of shit. Don't believe anything he says. So,
well, you don't have to tell me that. I already know that.
Scott was deeply ensconced in Oldham County, getting his pedicures at 9 years old.
And a facial. He was getting a facial, and his mama they were buying him a BMW to drive to the game.
Ralph Lauren, y'all. Ralph Lauren.
He was getting he was getting a facial, all right.
This is why Frank Green is one of my best friends.
Hold on, okay. First off, before we go any further, do you all got this podcast thing down? It's been a rough night. Is everything cool? Do we need to stop? Do we need to take a
look at soundboard, right?
Help us out, man.
I used to work. I used to work tech support.
Man, I'm just
what we will do.
I'm not the play-by-play guy.
Yeah. Check this out. This is what I'm going to do for tonight, because to me, usually it's a lot better. Usually I'm using my laptop. Actually, I'm using my tablet to communicate because my laptop decided to do a huge
one. Yeah.
But what we will do tonight, we're getting through tonight, but everyone that's been on tonight, I am going to invite them back in the very near future to do what I would call a better show. But let's play together tonight. It's for the cause. It's for KevFest.
Absolutely.
Let's get to know Frank and Scott better. Frank, give us some bio with you.
Give you what?
Bio.
Okay.
Frank's history.
Well, he's a mammal.
No, I've like Greg said, I was born in the South End in Beachmont. He was over in Highland Park, so we all kind of knew each other. Everybody kind of knew each other, and there was a lot of musicians kind of clumped right around in that 2 or 3 mile span. It was pretty dense with guys that you see now, like the Ass Haulers and Kirby and Blue Funk and Sweet FA and Fire Department and all those millions of bands, and Crystal Flight and Sue Savage. I mean, just a lot of bands.
Wow.
David Williams.
You said Crystal Flight.
You remember that?
I'm sorry, man. I'm surprised.
I mean, that's old school. I mean, I saw them at the arcade right there at the Iroquois Project. You remember that arcade that used to be the Iroquois Project? I saw them play at the arcade in front of the Iroquois Project. I mean, but, there was, and I played baseball, as a kid, and after a while I got tired of listening to people, and I really got the music bug, and I just started playing, and I was about 13 or 12 or 13 or something like that, and I've been playing ever since. Not very good for the first 5 or 7 years, but like anybody, but
right.
It's it's led me in a lot of interesting. Yeah, it's led me in a lot of interesting places, and some fun, not so fun. But it could have been worse. I could have been, working plowing a field somewhere.
Right. You mentioned the Ass Haulers. I got to give them props. They actually couple their songs from my shows, and I'm a Stephen Clark. Mark, they are one of my guilty pleasures when it comes to the local original music scene. So props to them.
I was in the Ass Haulers for about a year and a half. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
no, I actually didn't.
We're all still friends. Yeah, we're all still friends. It's not like that. It's just they decided to do a different thing. But no, they're great. I get a big kick out of Stephen Clark. I always have.
Yeah.
That boy is
very unique.
I'll say that boy. Very, very big imagination, man. He's always had that creative energy ever since we were kids.
Oh, absolutely. And a lot of that is centered around Stephen Clark. Most of that creative energy is and excitement is about himself, but that's part of his charm.
Exactly.
Well, speaking of Clark, speaking of Clark, let's get Scott in here. Scott, share, after you were born in a manger, then tell us what happened after that.
Say that again, please.
Yeah, it's got a big cutout.
Yeah, he said you were born in a manger, and what happened after that?
No, you know what? I was that guy that was in high school that my parents got divorced. So I have to quit playing drums. I'm gonna get a guitar. And I'm gonna annoy the shit out of everybody I know. So I basically was that kid at every party that brought his guitar, thinking he would get some chicks from it, and would look people in the eye and make them feel really uncomfortable. And then one day I ended up being in a band. It was a really weird thing, and then I felt the most comfortable I've ever felt in my life. And then you know what? I realized I was still a douchebag.
Yeah,
yeah, that happens.
Yeah,
and then
everybody agrees.
They all know, Frank. Come on. Well, then I met Frank and I met Sean and Sean Kennedy. We're talking about the Trinity, as we like to call it, between ourselves. Don't ever tell anyone we said that.
23 Enterprises.
But no, these, I tell you what the best thing about being in a band with these guys is when you can be in a band with your best friends in the world. That not the hey man, I need some help, but the kind of like, yes, I'll get up my checkbook. Who do I need to go kill? I'll go burn down a house for you. These are the two guys. When you meet two guys like that and you're in a band with them for 20 years, it's the most amazing thing in the world. So if you find the right guys, when you're in that kind of band.
Yeah. Yeah, I got lucky to play with Tony McElwain all my life, so we're kind of like that as well.
Now, if Frank's mom's house burns down next week, I had nothing to do with it.
Well, thank you, Scott. Thank you, Scott.
You're welcome.
That's very nice.
It is very sweet of him.
Aren't you guys? You started playing every once in a while just here recently, and then you're not. Well, you got your last gig coming up or something. What's going on?
Yeah, Frank. If I could take the first and you'll take the last. We played for 15 years or something like that, and then we just stopped playing. When Jason wasn't going to do it anymore, he had to go back to school to get his degree and wanted to do his career. We all respected that, and it wasn't the same without Jason. So we tried it for a little bit with someone else, and it didn't really work out, and we just stopped. We didn't break up. We're still the best of friends. And then about 4 or 5 derbies ago, I get a phone call from, it was either Donnie or Frank, and they went, hey, man, you ever think about that? And I dropped the phone. I was like, yes, I've been wanting to do this forever. So we got back together. We've done it for a couple of years. We've enjoyed it. And I'm not saying we'll never do it again. But we kind of said we would do it for 1 month or once a month. And that would kind of be it, just to have fun, be together, because we love each other so much. And now Jason's going to go back and get his master's to continue helping children with disabilities. And what do you say? No, man, you can't do that.
No, so right. I know that.
So, and I'm not saying we'll never play again, but yeah, we're going to stop playing for a while. Frank, you say the rest.
Is he there, Mr. Frank? He went to the bathroom.
No, it looked like he dropped. We'll wait till he calls back in. Oh, wait a minute.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. He did. He's calling back in. He's
there.
In.
You go.
Frank.
See, there I am. Hey, guys. I've been talking to myself for 10 minutes. Thanks a lot.
Great story, Frank. Great story.
Yeah.
I don't have this problem when I call Rush Limbaugh.
I just spit my drink out.
Yeah, no drinking. I told you no drinking.
Yeah, but no, I meant
you've outed this show. You've outed this show as a liberal show.
Again,
yeah.
I'm the color commentator of this, and I really don't know where we're at this point, man. I think you were supposed to take the second part of the question there, Frank.
Okay, what was the second part?
Well, are you guys? When's y'all's last show going to be? Are you guys getting ready to, win it? Yeah, when is y'all's last performance before he goes off to college, goes off to get his master's to do something good?
It sounds like he's going to have a sweater over his shoulder and getting into a Carmen Ghia and driving off to USC before he goes off to college.
Got a big letter. Got a big letter on his sweater.
Yes.
Oh, this is every gig, guys. I just want you to know. Our last public gig is KevFest. We have one more gig after that, and that's Fox Bash, a charity gig that Brian Fox puts on in his house every year for a Smile Train Foundation. Anyway, but KevFest is our last public show, and it's going to be like a 40-minute set, I think. So. No, we've had our fill. Everything's cool. Let's get this thing on.
So whatever will not be after Sunday as far as the public.
Correct. Yeah, we're done. Yeah, that's our last.
Unless you got a lot of money.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it's the last gig before we do the solo albums.
I'm going for 8.
I
can't believe y'all had a whole show. I'm sorry, I can't believe y'all had a whole show and talked about Kiss and Pink Floyd before we got on this, because Frank and I have gone to more Kiss shows and Pink Floyd stuff together. We love those bands.
Right.
I feel cheated.
All right. Not only has
I wanted to. Y'all go
not
ahead.
only is the sound
I'll get my story in
shit tonight. I was gonna say, not only has the sound quality been shit tonight, but they've got to throw salt in my wound because I didn't get the order of the guests right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Hey, whatever
Hale,
we can do, man. Whatever we can do.
Kevin Hale, let me tell you this story, man. I've got to bring this up, and I'm pretty sure I'm correct on this. It was Halloween at Phoenix Hill one year.
I know what he's going.
And Silverloop was playing that's with Tommy Miller. We were playing upstairs, and then downstairs, whatever Will was playing. And the guys in the band, they request that the guys in the band, dress up for Halloween. So we're playing, and we play a set. And I go downstairs to check out whatever Will, because that's what you do. And I went down there, and they are all dressed up like Tommy Miller. They all have a big curly wig on and a shirt that says Silverloop on the front.
Oh, that's classic. That is awesome.
It is my favorite Phoenix Hill moment, and he got so freaking mad.
You should have seen how.
What?
Tommy got mad?
Oh yeah, man. He got up on stage and he said some
real mad
shit and stormed off.
Really?
Like Tommy, it hurt his ego, dude. And that's massive.
Frank, you go first.
That's a lot of ego. That's a lot of ego with Mr. Miller.
Wait, let me tell you how I see it, guys. It's Scott. I'm still here. I think Frank might have dropped out.
Tell me all about it.
Now, you got to keep in mind our good friend, Greg Hall, did Silverloop's T-shirts, and he did my T-shirts. Or he did whatever Will's T-shirts. And Tommy and I are really good friends and go a long way back. The first time I met Tommy Miller, he was doing a show with, what was that band he was in? Shit.
Are you okay?
Yes, thank you. I was a waiter at the Sheraton or whatever that hotel is off of Hurstbourne Lane, and he was the singer, and he's throwing oranges across the kitchen, throwing glasses and shit, breaking shit because he thought it was funny, and he was wasted. That's the first time I met him. I was 19 years old. So cut to years later, his girlfriend and future wife and ex-wife was good friends with my ex-girlfriend. And we all ended up hanging out together for a long time. So we've known each other for a long time. And I just kind of did a little homage and checked with the band. And I can't remember if it was Frank's idea or Sean's idea, but we I just called the guy that did their T-shirts, who did my T-shirts, and said, I need 5 Silverloop T-shirts. And we all went out and bought wigs. And we said, what are we this weekend? We're all Tommy Miller. And so every time we go there, we're the Tommy Millers.
Well, we also rolled our jean shorts up. We all had jean shorts that were tight rolled.
Oh my God! It was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
He went downstairs,
Tommy Miller wig.
and you're right that he was super mad about it. And he went downstairs.
Yes.
And he looked at Tony McElwain, was in that band at the time. And he was so mad, and Tony said, are you kidding me? They're paying homage to you, man. You should be happy. And he went upstairs, jumped off stage to do a crowd surf, and the crowd split, and he split right on his face.
Yeah.
You're
I came
killing me
upstairs
with
to
these
see
stories.
you all. I came upstairs to see you all when we got done playing. And there's a piece of his face. Anybody wants to auction off Tommy Miller's face on the floor of Phoenix Hill Tavern tap room or upstairs, roof garden.
Oh,
ridiculous.
Wow.
Get it. It's on sale right now. $7.
Man, that's
All
the
right.
best. That's the
Check this out. We're winding down on the.
Finally,
guys on. I got to get you guys on one more time because tonight did not do you guys justice. But we are here for KevFest. So real quick,
Absolutely.
I'll start with Frank. What's this mean for you to be able to play this weekend?
It means the world to me because I've known Kevin for 16 years, almost 16 years since he moved to Louisville to start Outspoken, which I was in with him
but I've known him for a long time, and I've played in a lot of bands with him. I put a lot of miles on a lot of vehicles. I put a lot of musical miles with him, and a lot of window time with that man. So he means the world to me. He's one of my nearest and dearest friends of my whole life, and we're musical partners. It's cool,
right?
And it's nice to be partners with somebody who's that talented, but also that giving of what they have. So this is the least I can do. Anybody of us can do, because Kevin's brought a lot of joy to a lot of people. So it's our duty to say, hey man, just relax. We're going to pay your bills for a bit. So it's an honor to do it.
This.
I'm happy to be doing it.
Yeah. Scott, what about you, brother?
Yep. Man, I met Kevin through Frank, Sean, and Donnie when they were in Outspoken, and I was doing that thing on the Fox. When I went out to Seattle when they were recording that Outspoken CD, Frank was tracking the whole time. And Frank's probably he's the closest friend in the world. So he's out there tracking, so I never even got to see him maybe for an hour or one night when we went to dinner. And Sean and our old light guy, Todd Blankenship, were hanging out together, and, Dave was Dave, Donnie's Donnie. But so that weekend.
Does this story have an elbow?
It does. It's right turn coming up Clyde. So I ended up hanging out the whole weekend with Kevin. I'd known Kevin for probably a year before that, but that weekend I just basically hung out with Kevin, and the two of us bonded over all kinds of things. And then from then on, him and I have just been so close. He's basically, as far as I'm concerned, he is a member of Whatever Will. They'll never say I'm a member of Outspoken. But anyway, we're really proud and honored to be in KevFest. We're playing at 3 o'clock. We're one of the first couple bands, so don't wait till it's 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock to come out. Start early and come out and see us, because you got Good Chickens at 2, then us at 3, and the Peter Searcy bands. You got some really good bands early, so come out and hang out and see us. And it's all for a good cause. I think it's $20. Is that right, guys?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And if you haven't seen Diamonds before, which I hadn't before I started doing the other cover band thing that I did.
Right.
Man, that place is badass. You should go out and see some see some bands.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Who is that? I didn't hear. Who is that?
No, go out and see Diamonds, man. That place is great to see. Diamonds.
Yeah.
They've been doing a lot of local gigs, man. I haven't played there until I played there once, and man, I'm just so impressed with that place. You should go out there and support it. That's the one place that's doing a lot of stuff, charity events, local music. Go see Diamonds. And thank you all for having us.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Scott's he's the only real DJ on the whole show tonight. Thanks, Scott.
Thanks. And scene.
This is Kevin from my. I just want to say I look forward to meeting you guys. I've heard nothing but great things about you guys. It's being straight shooting.
Can't wait. Yeah, we
look forward to hanging out.
We can't wait either.
Kevin, it's going to be a great time.
Yeah, it's going to be a long, fun day, but it's going to be for the cause, and there's going to be so much great music and talent too. So we'll connect this weekend, and and we will get you guys back on the show to do it right in the near future. So do that for us.
Awesome.
You might want to have us separately.
Or
no, hey,
have your own.
I like you together. You're a good couple. I like you together.
Oh, okay, that's sweet.
It's my best friend in the world.
All right. Well, thank you,
Frank, Scott. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with us.
Thank you all.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, fellas. I'll see y'all Sunday.
Goodbye.
We'll see you.
Bye.
Unthank. Oh man, I'm good stories. Obviously the quality is going to suck, and the sound quality is going to suck for some of it. Hopefully, the parts that didn't include me, you, and the other guests came off pretty strong. So I'm hoping that's the case. And, oh boy, what a night! But all right, brother, you actually your bands you start playing at 2 or 1:30.
Yeah, 2 o'clock with the Good Chickens, Brian Fox.
Okay, because I plan on getting there. I think I'm going to get there probably around 1:30, and I do plan on being there all day. So good stuff, man.
Yep.
All right, man. Good show. Thanks for taking care of me tonight. I will see you Sunday.
no time were any animals or people hurt during this presentation of Shooting from the Lip.